Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. Let's go ahead and get into another edition of Trending Topics, Tammy Talks TV, whatever you want to call it, hashtag TT. Alright, so let's start off with Brandy. So singer, songwriter, artist, first black Cinderella, black Barbie, all of the above, the vocal Bible, Brandy Norwood, is currently in the hospital. So TMZ reported that singer-songwriter actress Brandy, she suffered a seizure, or what they are believing to be a seizure, this afternoon in her LA home. So law enforcement said that they were called to the scene once they received her residence. There was a medical emergency, and because of that she was transported to the hospital. So sources that were there at the actual residence where Brandy was are saying that they believe it to be a seizure. As of right now, her rep has not confirmed anything. Her rep has not issued a statement. It is reported and noted that her parents are in the hospital with her right now. She is expected to make a full recovery, and she should be fine. But very scary news. You never want to hear about anybody having a seizure, because it can go from bad to worser to worses very, very quickly. So prayers are up to Brandy. And then merging over with the Norwood family, Ray J has been suicidal. So Ray J has been posting a number of, let me backtrack. Couple weeks ago, Ray J decided that he was going to rehash his beef with the Kardashians, mainly Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. We know that Ray J is a part of the infamous sex tape, which is what many people believe skyrocketed Kim to Kim Kardashian levels of stardom. Ray J, for whatever reason, reignited this beef where he's saying that, that Kris paid to get the tape out, all this other type of stuff, which we all knew. All right, we know that, this wasn't a secret. This wasn't new information. This shouldn't have come as a surprise to anyone. We all kind of knew what was going on with that whole situation anyways. Kim and Ray J, who were in a relationship at that time, produced a sex tape. The tape somehow got leaked out. When Kris got wind that the tape got leaked out, there was a adult film company maker, whatever you want to call it, who told her that the tape was going to be out regardless or not. Now, according to Ray J, Kris, they signed contracts, they put this tape out, they filmed additional scenes, which again, we all knew. So I guess no one is wondering what Ray J is, where he's coming from, why he's doing this, what is the purpose of it. He got on Instagram Live where he attempted to prove his point, to try to win over the crowd, I guess. It didn't go the way he wanted to. He tried to pull up Kim's Instagram. He claimed that Instagram blocked it. It was a whole lot going on. Ray J began to spiral very, very quickly from that. We saw the spiral in real time. And then it ultimately led up to a couple of days ago where he posted a video of him looking over a cliff or something, saying that if it was not for his kids, he would jump. So Ray J is clearly going through something right now. He's having some issues. We know that him and Princess's marriage is on the rocks, as it often is. I know there were some reports that Princess had moved on and she was now seeing another person. The kids have been around this new person. Ray J had the fallout or the embarrassment from the Versus battle where, One Wish is his biggest song. They clowned him all battle, and then when it was finally his turn to sing the song, they oversang him and sang it better at that. So Ray J has kind of been spiraling, if you will. Nonetheless, prayers are up to both Brandy and Ray J as they both head towards healing and get on the road to recovery. We don't want to see anything happen to either one of them, so let's keep them all in our thoughts and prayers. Mike Hill and Cynthia Bailey. Yesterday, reports came out that Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill, Chill, as as some people were calling them, that they had separated and were headed towards a divorce. At the time of yesterday, when the reports came out, I guess people's antennas went up because Cynthia changed her name from Cynthia Bailey Hill to just Cynthia Bailey on Instagram. It is still a truly amazing how y'all can notice stuff like that. Like, I don't even notice if my actual friends change their names. So the fact that y'all were able to notice when a celebrity does something like that, who is really on Cynthia's page? Whatever. Because who's really checking for Cynthia that hard that you notice that? But who am I? Okay. So after that, reports came out that they had been separated for a while and that they have filed for divorce. Now, whenever you want to know if something is true or not regarding a divorce or a death, we look to TMZ, we look to The Blast. TMZ for deaths, The Blast for divorces, because if it's one thing The Blast is going to do is they going to produce the divorce papers for you. They going to show you who these people's lawyers are. They going to show you everything you need to know about that divorce decree, down to custody battles and assets and all that type of stuff. So there hasn't been any paperwork that's been provided as of yet, which I think is still kind of weird, because for the most part, we kind of expect to see that. So while no paperwork has been produced yet, they have today issued a statement to Entertainment Tonight. So the statement is, and this is issued on behalf of Cynthia and Mike: love is a beautiful thing. While we both will always have love for one another, we have decided to go our separate ways. We are grateful that we remain good friends, and will always cherish the many memories we've shared together as husband and wife. Many of you have been on this journey with us from the very beginning, and we appreciate our family, friends, and beloved fans for your positive support as we move forward and start new chapters. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes. Cynthia, girl, we all remember the wedding. We all saw it on Housewives. Cynthia had that COVID wedding. Cynthia was bridezilla because she wanted to have 10-10-20 as the wedding date. That was very important to her for a slew of reasons. Which was also another inkling that something had gone down between the two of them, because 10-10 just passed yesterday, and neither one of their pages posting anything about that. It's also been noted that Cynthia has been in Atlanta. We've seen her hanging out with some of the Real Housewives. We've seen her interacting with them. Some people said that they might have filmed with them. There's this video of Mike Hill who looks like he's in a bar. There's a woman that's like flipping. It's a lot going on between the two of them. But what this comes down to show is, Cynthia, this ain't it for you, babe. This needs to be your last marriage. Because that's 3, right? Was this 3? Was she married to Leon? I can't remember if she was married to Leon, or if they just have the daughter together. Nonetheless, this didn't even last 2 years, Cynthia. So there has been some chatter that Cynthia might be returning back to the Housewives. In a previous interview, I believe it was like last year or something, they asked her, would she ever come back to the Housewives? She said yes at that time. She has since did a skit with Sanya about an OG and a newbie. Sanya saying maybe I can get her to come back to the Housewives. So that brought up a lot of speculation from people that Cynthia might be returning, even if she doesn't necessarily get a peach, which I don't know why she wouldn't come right back into a peach. But even if she doesn't necessarily get a peach, maybe she'll be a friend of the show. Nonetheless, it is over between Mike Hill and Cynthia Bailey. What do you guys think about that? Is anybody surprised? Are we shocked? Do we expect it? Are you like what? Let's talk about it down below. I'm not shocked. I'm just not. I'm not shocked. And then finally, Adnan Syed. So, if you are a true crime fan, a lot of you already know this story. So, Adnan Syed is a guy that was convicted. He's a man who was convicted of murder 23 years ago and has been in jail ever since for a crime that he has said he did not commit. Okay, so in 1999, he was convicted of killing Hae-Min Lee, who was his ex-girlfriend at the time, I believe by strangulation. He was sentenced he was charged in 1999. In 2000, he was convicted and sentenced. So he has been in jail since 1999. So there was a podcast called Serial, which was huge, and it covered the case. It opened up a lot of questions. It led to a lot of documentaries and interviews and just a lot of other things coming out about this case and bringing more attention to Adnan, because if I remember correct, I listened to a couple episodes of it. If I remember correctly, the podcast believed very firmly that Adnan was innocent as well. So, the state attorney for Maryland, Mosby, stated that after conducting more DNA tests on some of Lee's clothing, so I think they had like a skirt, they had some pantyhose, I think they had a blouse, and then they had her shoes. Now, while they could not get any DNA off of any of those items aside from the shoes, because they were able to get the DNA from the shoes, they were able to see that none of Adnan's DNA was on her shoes. So because of that, the case was overturned. Now, they did have the opportunity to either retry him, or I think it was like appeal the overturnage. Is that, if that's a word, to appeal the overturn of the case, but they decided not to pursue it. He is now a free man, and they are going to focus their energy on these two other leads that they have with these two other suspects. It's just such a shitty thing to be somebody that is... You've missed 23 years of your life. I forgot how old he is. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. But to be somebody that missed out on 23 years of your life over something that you did not, over a crime that you absolutely just did not commit. You know what I mean? It just reminds me of, let me see. He's currently 41. So he has missed his life. So that means he was 19. He has completely missed his life. How do you like make that up to somebody? There's no amount of money that's going to get back those pivotal years from you. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the show The Night Of. Did y'all watch that on HBO a couple years ago? And it was kind of the same scenario, where this guy went to jail. He does not believe that he, committed the murder, but he touched so many different things in her house. How do you get your life back on track after that? You know what I mean? It's just like the jail system is just, the justice system is just shitty. It is shitty here. Nonetheless, if you guys don't know anything about Adnan Syed, go look it up. It's extremely interesting. If you are into like crime, or if you're curious about the Serial podcast, is Serial. The Serial podcast is also very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's something that it just kind of shows you how wrong time, wrong place, or just how people are just wrongly convicted, to be real. All right, Jaime Foxx. So Cardi B turned 30 years old the other day. Cardi B had this huge birthday party. We got a scene of Jaime Foxx going into the party, or trying to get into the party. He was turned away. So as he was turned away, because you can hear the man in the video telling him that there's too many people in here. We're at capacity. We're taking the last person is this woman. And in my mind, it's like, y'all turning away Jamie Foxx? Jamie Foxx? This isn't like a internet influencer, in no shade to them, but this is like Jamie Foxx. This is like Jamie Foxx. What? So Jamie Foxx gets turned away, so he's like, forget it, he leaves. As he's leaving, headed towards his car, I guess someone kind of recognized him or recognized what happened, runs back up to Jamie and tells him, oh no, it's good, you can come in now. And Jamie was like, fuck that, I don't give a fuck, I'm good. This was too much. This was too much, because as a celebrity, do you know how insulting that is? You know what I mean? How insulting that is as a celebrity? How embarrassing it probably was. How embarrassing it probably was. So let me know what you guys felt about that. Like, is it a big deal? Should Jamie have just, sucked it up and went back into the party? Should the rules be bent for him to get in? There were some people that were in the comment section on, I want to say the Shade Room, that were saying that it wasn't the fact that Jamie couldn't get in. They weren't going to let all of his family in. They weren't going to let the people that he was there with in. They were saying that only Jamie himself could get in at this time. So let me know what you guys thought about any of the topics today, and I will catch you guys in the next one.